On today's episode of the Untitled Movie Podcast, we wrap up New Year's Resolution Month with Biodome and Jury Duty. We'll discuss which Pauly Shore movies are our favorite, rant about homeless people, and try to figure out how the hell a weasel became a squirrel. So stay tuned, folks.
Untitled Movie Podcast. Untitled Movie Podcast. Untitled Movie Podcast. Untitled Movie Podcast.
Viva los Biodome.
Bump, bump, bump.
Viva los Biodome.
Bump, bump, bump.
That's all I got. Welcome.
I thought you were gonna hit a. Damn it! I thought you were gonna hit like a third thing, like with a longer post. Biodome. I thought you were gonna do that.
I don't think my voice can handle it still. I'm still in recovery.
I like to think you have the voice of an angel.
I think so too. But some people
I mean,
have told me no.
You know, if you were to, I believe the words serenade me, and I was of the female persuasion or of the male persuasion that's interested in the male persuasion, I'd feel something move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what's the show? Welcome.
Welcome to the Untitled Movie Podcast with
Yes.
Ron.
And I'm Craig. How are you?
I am good.
Hello, Ron. Hello. We have not spoken in a couple of days.
We have not.
Which is rare for us. Nothing has changed. You're still my best friend. I'm still Puerto Rican and 35. That's about all I got. But welcome, folks, to episode 2 of season 2 of month 1 of installment number 2 of New Year's Re-Shore-Lution month.
That's right. We still are doing something.
We're praying at the altar of Shore.
Yes, that's it.
Yes,
that's what I was going for.
We are paying tribute to the legend that is Pauly Shore and his career.
Indeed.
And I got to tell you, this week I got some mixed feelings because we're doing
his back catalog, his later catalog.
Yes, the Pauly Shore the later years. Like Good Times when they came back together and it was still good time, not Good Times. What's happening now? When they went back and Raj was married to that attractive lady and Rerun owned a car dealership and that third guy whose name I can never remember was doing something. And there was a precocious child. It's that, but with Pauly Shore. Because today we're doing 1996's Biodome and 1995?
95.
Jury Duty. And I'll tell you, folks, how can I put this? Don't like them as much as what we talked about last week. That's what I'll say. Because our last episode we discussed his other 2 flicks, the beginnings, skipping Son and Locks. We did Son already, but the beginnings we didn't see No Man and In the Army Now, which is In the Army Now is one of my favorite movies ever. So, of course, I'm not going to like it as much like these movies as much as that, but. I got some negatives, I got some positives, I got some things, I got some stuff to say. What about you, Ron? How are you feeling about these 2 flicks?
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely a while since I watched Jury Duty. I think I haven't watched Jury Duty in like 10 years.
I don't think I've seen it since you and I saw it in the theater.
Biodome, I've watched a bunch of times since then. Yeah. You know what? Like Jury Duty, I'm not sure about Biodome. Jury Duty was produced by the Weasel Production.
I wrote that in my notes.
I'm not sure if Biodome was, but I will say he took the weasel out. He was less weasel-esque in these 2 movies than he was in the past films. And maybe that's why they didn't do so well, because they did not do so well.
Yeah, I mean, you want to do a little budget work, a little behind the scenes. We could do that first, and I'll get into my latest Pauly Shore theory.
We'll do both of them right now. Biodome had a budget of $15 million. It made $26 million, so it didn't do terrible. I mean, it made money. On Rotten Tomatoes, it got a 4% for the critics and a 50% for the audience.
Wowzers.
Jury Duty, I do not have what the budget was, but it made $17 million. I'm going to say the budget had to have been a little more than...
I mean, they couldn't have spent that much money. The movie was shot in like 3 locations, almost all indoors.
Yeah, who knows?
I think they were outside for all of 7 seconds in this entire thing.
I mean,
so
there was
probably
Abe
shot on
Vigoda.
sets. I mean, you got to pay that Abe Vigoda money. He's still alive, right? According to the website.
You know what? I'm not
Wait,
sure.
he finally died.
He might. For a very long time, me and Craig have always loved Abe Vigoda, and there was once a website, or it still is. Abe Vigoda's not dead, right? He finally died 2016. Not finally.
I see.
He died in 2000. I don't want to
Vigoda.
make it sound like I wanted
Abe
the guy.
Vigoda. Abe Vigoda is no longer with us. That is
Yeah.
starting the show on a fucking somber note.
Yep. But we'll pick it up with some wonderful Pauly Shorness. Yeah, so Jury Duty did a 0% on the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 26%
Wowzers.
audience. Yes.
Ouch.
The average rating was 2.4 out of 10.
So now that we're here, now that we're in the back end of the catalog, I can give you my full Pauly Shore career retrospective theory. Discounting, I think he got into drugs towards the back end of this, and then I think he struggled with that a little bit, but he's good now and just having fun being Pauly Shore and running the Comedy Store and whatnot. But for his career,
he's on tour right now. I think this weekend he was in Corpus Christi. Follow his Instagram.
We gotta find out when he's in New York, and we gotta go.
Yeah, we definitely do.
I don't even know what he's doing on stage, but I'll go watch it.
He's doing stand up.
I mean, is he squeezing baby fresh nugs and cones?
I hope so.
I sure hope he's still keeping that up.
I'm sure he gets plenty of them.
Oh, he's doing whatever he wants still. That guy's had a great life. So here's the thing. Also, folks, we've had some letters, and by letters I mean I listened to one of our episodes and thought it myself because no one writes us letters. Our fans have told us, by fans I again mean myself listening to the show, I say the word like way too much. So I'm going to work on that, folks. So if you hear me saying it too much.
So do I.
Yeah,
I try to edit as much as I can, but.
Yeah, we're going to try to get better at that. We're going to try to get better at that. And I will take a time out, though, to point out that time, I think it was either in 2nd grade or 5th grade, one of our teachers used to always tell us, you weren't here, this before you and I got together there, Ron. Instead of, if you raised your hand, you couldn't say like, but if you raised your hand and you didn't know you forgot what you were going to say, you had to say computer down instead of I forgot. And in hindsight, she might have been some sort of robot sympathizer, maybe a turncoat to the human race.
She is going to start Judgment Day, is what you're saying?
It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. She's going to turn her backs on us all and just give it over the T-1000s, and we're all going to get eaten or whatever the robots do in Terminator to us, incinerate us, and just, I don't really know why they killed us to walk around with giant skull robots. Those movies don't make as much sense as people think. Anyhow, so Pauly Shore. Yeah, so Pauly Shore gets famous, right?
Yes.
Does his whole Pauly Shore thing, comedian. We went over that last week. They stick him in Encino Man. He owns Encino Man with basically his Pauly Shore character, right?
Yeah.
But at this point, like I said before, he's already had Totally Pauly on MTV for a couple years. So some of his audience is already used to this thing. It's like the Jackass guys. They're already used to seeing it. Even when you get to the big screen, you've seen the episodes. You know his shtick, right? They do it again. They bring him back for Son-in-Law. Son-in-Law, he hits his peak of Pauly Shoreness, his peak of weaseldom. Society loves him. He's the velvet ropes are parting. People are doing impressions. He's fighting crime and he's solving rape cases and bringing young ladies out of their shell with the power of Steven Tyler, bringing families together, resurrecting old men. Even his power's at an all-time high. The studios, they say, what are we gonna do here? Do we go back to that well one more time, or do we try to change it up a little bit? They change it up by bringing him back into the Army now, cutting his hair off and letting him just be like a tad bit of the weasel, but more Pauly Shore himself. In the Army now, arguably, I think we could both agree, not arguably, our favorite Pauly Shore movie. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Great. However, doesn't do as well as they want it to do. Makes some money, but they're unsure of it. They're unsure of the reception. So then bring him back in Jury Duty, trying to get a little too Weasley, but not being the Weasel. It's like this weird Weasel Shore amalgam, like Brundlefly, that I'm not a huge fan of. It doesn't do well. It gets horrible ratings. No one likes it. So then they try to bring him back to some semblance of the Weasel. The Squirrel, which is less than a Weasel, which is weird that they didn't just go back to the Weasel.
Yeah,
for Biodome.
Squirrel.
And it doesn't fully work. And I also have noticed that throughout the movies, they're playing up. Here's the thing. They don't notice how charming Pauly Shore is. Pauly Shore himself, as like simple voice, nice guy Pauly Shore, that character is great. Little bit of wheeze, little bit of, hey man, I'm Pauly Shore. Don't crust on my grind. Whatever, that Pauly Shore is great. They think the Pauly Shore people like is the annoying part of Pauly Shore. So if you notice throughout these movies, he keeps getting worse. Like Encino Man, not that offensive, just kind of stony, right? Son-in-law, he's touching people's butts, he's walking up, he's calling people inbreeders, but he's still got a heart of gold, right? In the army now, again, he's a little touchy. He's running a little more scams. He's a little more annoying, but he's still an American hero. Falls in love with the girl you don't think he's going to fall in love with. Saves the day, helps his friends, solves all the problems, right? By Jury Duty, they keep making him more annoying. He's actually pretty annoying, runs a full scam, endangers people's lives, basically. A freaking murderer's life hangs in the balance. This pregnant woman's probably giving birth on the floor somewhere. That guy loses all those Laker tickets, and that Hispanic man might get deported, and the other man's gonna get a divorce. He shocks someone with a taser for no reason and almost kills him.
Yeah.
And then by Biodome, he's at peak annoyance, and he's just kind of a dick until the third act. And that's how they killed his career. They should have let him be Pauly Shore. We'd still be watching Pauly Shore movies, or at least for a couple more years, had they not done that. I might have said all I have to say. We could probably just shut the show down forever now. You're up.
Yes. They let him, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was his decision. I don't know if it was the studio's. I don't think these were, well, Jury Duty was TriStar. So Disney dropped him after In the Army Now. So that was when his contract was up. And then it was TriStar. And I don't know. They went in a direction that it was the downfall of him. I mean, I still think he's amazing. I think he's funny in the movies. I don't think they're great movies, but you know me. I enjoy them. I enjoy these movies that no one else likes but me. Maybe that's why I like them.
Well, I think there's something said for the. You go.
Oh,
I speak
he
way
also
too much,
he was very good. Like, he's a very good person in Encino Man. Like, he cares about people. Same thing in Son-in-Law. Cares about people. In the Army Now, he's a great person, and then he just gets his characters get grimy and scummier. Like,
exactly.
By Biodome, he's kind of really shitty to Stephen Baldwin.
He's shitty to everyone.
But he's more shitty to Stephen Baldwin, his friend. He's making him fucking chew on his toenail, and like, he constantly, like, he knows Stephen Baldwin's dumber than him, so he's constantly doing the paper oak cover rock.
Yeah, exactly.
He's taking advantage of him.
Taking all his pillows, taking all his...
making him jump off the roof in a umbrella.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think, I do think his career, now that you mentioned how they dropped him, I think it's one of those things, like, you hear this in music a lot, where someone kind of has a record has like 3 hits, and the second record has 2 hits, and the third record has 1 hit, and they're like, they kind of sense that even though it's still doing well, they sense the downturn and get rid of him. I think that's what happened to him. I think Disney tried to get ahead of where they thought he was going.
Yeah.
And dropped him instead of just kind of supporting him and letting him, seeing if they could make it work. And like I said, by Biodome, his character, like Biodome itself, I hate to tell you, man, because I have fond memories of that movie. It kind of sucks for the first 2 acts. The third act is really great. I love. Oh,
it's great once they, like, when the start of the party.
Yeah, the end of I think the end of the party ends. There's some good jokes with the party, But to me, the biggest
You
laugh
got Jack
in the whole
Black
movie.
and
well,
what's
the
his
D's
name?
there, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not. I mean, that's besides the point. But once the party's over, I think starting with Taylor Negron, the joke where they're like he's doing the countdown, and he's like 3, 2, and he's like hold on, and he goes to leave, and he's like Bob, Dale, that I laugh out loud every time I see that part.
Yeah.
That's when this movie gets good. That last 25 to 30 minutes is solid. I really enjoy it. It's cute. It's funny. It's the Pauly Shore we like, being a sweet guy in what's apparently a stoner comedy, even though no one ever smokes weed. They just kind of make allusions to people smoking weed.
Well, they
and
talk
growing
about
weed.
growing weed.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I got a lot to say. Stephen Baldwin makes no sense. I'll tell you that. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I enjoy a good Stephen Baldwin. I've always rooted for Stephen Baldwin. But this came out the year after Usual Suspects. When you would think Stephen Baldwin would be at his optimal ability to get a role. He's in a Academy Award nominated film for most of it. He has a big role. He's great in it, you know? Cocksucker motherfucker, he's great in it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what I should do? Get fake white guy dreads and do a Pauly Shore impression and do comedy when I'm not that great at comedy for an hour and a half. I don't really get why they cast Stephen Baldwin. Stephen Baldwin is the most out of place person in this movie. It's like if you got it's like if you remade Shaft and hired Bill Clinton to play Shaft.
I wouldn't say it's that
Like,
far off.
It just doesn't.
It's not that far off. I'll agree. He's not the best choice for a sidekick for Pauly Shore, but it's not that far off.
But maybe even if they didn't give him white guy dreads and like like a 12-year-old's skater outfit and like let him wear like jeans and have his normal hair and just have them be two dudes, it would have made more sense. But his whole shtick doesn't make sense. And then, like I said, Pauly Shore's whole shtick for the first hour doesn't make sense. There's dicks, like you said. There's not nice people.
Yeah.
I don't know. This movie is very the most 90s movie I've seen in a while, man. There's nonstop music cues with punk rock and ska and Bad Religion randomly playing.
I do
Very
enjoy
90s.
the soundtrack.
Not to, on its own, I think as for the movie, it's just kind of it feels a little forced. I do like the end. That like wang your body. I like. That song.
Love that song. That was wasn't that in Dumb and Dumber 2?
It was
not
it
the
was
sequel,
in everything.
but Dumb and Dumber.
From
Yeah.
1993 to 1997, anytime something goofy happened, there's a wang your body. You know, it was like it was like in trailers. They always play that whoa, whoa, whoa song. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's like
in the early
what
90s,
I have in my notes is these movies really what they sum down to is they kind of turned into the Naked Gun series kind of. They were more spoofs of movies than they were an actual movie. Like they feel spoofish.
I'm listening.
Like Jury Duty feels like it was a movie based on like an actual jury duty that they just decided to change it around and just make nonsensical things like someone running around going, "There's tuna salad for lunch. Tuna salad for lunch."
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this much. I remember very specifically thinking, like in my mind, thinking of that joke and thinking that it happened in a Naked Gun movie.
Yeah.
Like when it happened, I was like, "Is that what?" I thought it was Naked Gun. And you're not wrong. Like even the thing with Dick Vitale where he's doing that
I don't get.
The
Like,
report
what's,
on the
what's with
and
his head exploding?
Yeah, like you're right. It felt like a parody. And they did that weird thing where they like sped up the camera a lot, like stuff like that. It's like just it was hackily made.
Yeah.
Jury Duty, and in terms of I'm stumbling here. I'm so upset about this. In terms of poor choices, why the fuck are the credits for Biodome like 2 minutes long?
Are they?
The opening credits for Biodome are a good 2.5 minutes long, of what basically amounts to a weird music video.
Huh? Maybe they tried to do a weird music video.
It's insane how long the credits are. Insane. And why is he squirrely? Why would they pick a different animal? Did Disney keep the rights to the weasel?
No, because I mean there was Weasel Productions that did Jury Duty.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't get it, but it upsets me. This is you know how when everybody got upset about politics, they were like, "Not my president, not my Pauly Shore."
Yeah.
Not my Pauly Shore.
You know,
my Pauly Shore has a good heart. My Pauly Shore is an American hero.
he's still your fucking Pauly Shore. So let's get this straight.
Pauly Shore doesn't climb into bed with two ladies while they're sleeping and start groping one of them.
Well, that was a little weird, especially since he has a girlfriend. Only when they finally give in to kiss them does he realize he has a girlfriend.
Furthermore, would it not have been a cuter scene? Because that's what Pauly Shore is. He's like funny. He's like cute funny. He's like a man baby. You're like, that's adorable. Look, he loves people. That's awesome. You know, he's like an edgy man baby. Wouldn't it have been a better joke if they snuck into someone's room and snuck the two ladies into the same bed as each other, then they slept in a bed together, and that's how they woke up?
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be like best friends since they were little kids. And that's what you and I would do, Ron. We'd go head to toe in a bed. We'd find a way. Maybe not even head to toe. I've slept in a bed with you not head to toe. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as you're not cuddling, nothing's wrong with it. And if it's cold out and you decide to cuddle, whatever, man. We've got kids. Leave us alone. Stop judging us. This movie's got me in a tizzy, Ron. It's got me in a tizzy. Say more stuff. I have nothing to say.
Well,
why is there bungee jumping?
One, you get so you got to look at the better parts of these movies. Like how you said we wanted to start this show. You don't want to knock on movies too much. You knock on too many movies. So I'm going to knock on you. It sounds
vaguely sexual.
Yes, it was not. No, they're stupid movies. They're meant for a laugh. They're meant for a joke. They're not meant to be serious. That's why I can enjoy it. Like I watched Jury Duty. You know, it's not a good movie, but I fucking liked it. Same thing with Biodome.
Well, I'm not being like guy who's like, oh, I don't like Star Wars. There's space. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not being that guy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know how I am. I like ridiculous, but I like my ridiculous to be.
I'm gonna take it as this: as you're upset, it's not the Pauly Shore from In the Army Now. You went into Jury Duty thinking getting that Pauly Shore, and you got a different Pauly Shore, and it upset you.
I'm upset because we got it right with In the Army Now. They figured Pauly Shore out. They had it. They had the Pauly Shore we all wanted, and then they just let it go, and they went back to this weird Pauly Shore, who's doing pseudo rape and sneaking his dog in places and endangering that poor animal.
That dog's not endangered. And yes, that dog can handle its own.
And yes, I crap on things a lot because it's funnier that way. If I was just nice about things, we'd have nothing to yell at each other about. Crap on you. Yeah, Stanley Tucci's in one of these movies. That's amazing. He's great.
Jury Duty. One of my notes is when you see Stanley Tucci in a movie, you know he's either the bad guy or he's going to die within the first 2 seconds. He's one of those actors that
most likely he got through an okay amount of Captain America.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. He lives near me, I think.
Does he?
He lives in upstate New York in Putnam County, yeah.
The Putnam.
Damn right. Putnam County represent. That's the thing kids do, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, skeet. They still do that,
skeet.
right? Kids are still skeeting.
Scoot. I don't think they
are. Sweating on balls? No.
No.
No slimy walls.
No. So before
you ever see Soul Plane?
No.
Just pop in my head. I've seen parts of Soul Plane. Doesn't make a lot of sense how big that plane is. Anyway,
why are we talking about Soul Plane?
It just popped in my head, and I'm like, it's an improbably big plane.
Okay.
But continue.
Before we get into these movies a little more, let's do some house cleaning, and there's some things we missed from our last episode we wanted to get to.
Okay.
So I know there were some things that you wanted to talk about.
Well, for starters, I was listening back to the episode, and I noticed that you mentioned Holly Robinson Pete singing the 21 Jump Street song.
Yeah, I completely forgot that
Mr. Cooper.
Michael DeLuise played his brother, his younger self.
He was Joey Penhall.
Yeah.
I don't know why I know that. I didn't actually look that up. He was Joey Penhall in the last season. Well, he got brainwashed by a cult.
He was also his brother as a younger version.
Yes. He was his brother in real life and his brother on the show.
No, but he also played his brother.
What do you mean?
They had a flashback of his brother, Doug Penhall, from a kid, and he played his brother in that flashback.
And then years later, he became Joey Penhall, the little brother.
Back in
Gotcha.
when Booker started.
Gotcha. I'm right about Joey Penhall, right?
I have no idea. I'm going to assume you are. I know I'm right about him doing the, whatchamacallit, playing his brother's younger self.
Probably should have Googled that one.
You probably should have.
Whatever. The other thing I wanted to bring up for those who occasionally listen to the show more than once is last week we discussed last episode we discussed. I'm still looking up the Penhall thing. Yep, I was right. Joey Penhall. I have no life. We were talking about the Weasel. We were talking about the what have you, the Pauly Shore show, the Totally Pauly.
Yeah.
And I'm remiss because I didn't get a chance. We've never spoken about Venice Beach before, and I don't know when we will speak about Venice Beach again. My favorite thing that ever happened during a visit to Venice Beach. So I will share it now.
Share away.
I am, as the kids say, a gym rat. I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy exercise. It's the thing I do. I went to Venice. I've been to California a couple times. Went to visit some folks. My lovely wife and I were there. I tried to go to the Gold's Gym in Venice, which is the legendary place, the Mecca, if you will. Didn't like it there. Went once. Everyone was kind of a dick. I'll say that. Sorry. I don't know if I'm getting sued for that, but whatever. Didn't like the staff. Correction. Everyone was just very gym-like. Probably the dick's a strong term. People were like doing that gym sales thing, and I was from out of town. Like, I'm clearly not going to sign up. I'm from New York. Why are you trying to sell me a gym membership? You know what I mean? Dick's a strong word. I say mean things sometimes. Sorry. So, didn't like it there. So I was like, all right, I'll go to Muscle Beach. It's $10 a day. I'll work out there. Little do I know, I always assumed there was no one works out there. It's like people are weird. People like walking by and taking pictures, but no one actually works out there because it's embarrassing to work out in front of strangers, I guess. I'm a weirdo and give zero fucks, so I did for like a whole week, right? There's also a bunch of homeless people all over Venice Beach. Venice Beach is literally riddled with hobos, and they're lovely men. They're not stabbing hobos. They're like singing hobos, you know?
Yeah.
They're all hanging out, and one day I'm at Venice Beach, and there's a little couple stairs there. I'm running some steps, and I'm listening to the homeless gentlemen talk to each other, and they're discussing Starbucks coffee for some reason. Don't know why. Just talk about Starbucks coffee, right? And as they're talking, there's an older woman. She's walking her dog near them. She walks by. They're talking to each other. They give me a polite nod. They're nice. Just mind their own business, right? About 20 some odd feet away from them, this lady's dog makes a poo-poo. She leaves the poo-poo, Ron. She leaves it. In the middle of Venice Beach, the area, middle of the boardwalk, just leaves a turd. The man having a conversation, the homeless man, the hobo, if you will, the bohem, halts his conversation mid-sentence, says something to this effect. I will tell you what happened. He said, he's like, yeah, man. So I like Starbucks. People get it for me, but hold on a sec. Clean up after your motherfucking dog, bitch. And just goes back to speaking, as if nothing happened. It was one of the most amazing.
I don't think
counting the birth of my child. Oh yeah, counting the birth of my child. Easily one of my favorite days of my entire life. Later that day, I ran into Chris O'Dowd for a split second. Said hi. He said hi back. Very nice man. Very polite. Good actor. The Cake Baby guy, in case you were wondering.
Oh, what?
The Cake Baby guy from the Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
So that's my Venice Beach story. Yeah.
Another thing that we missed was Sandra Hess. We forgot to mention that she was the cave nug.
Cave nug.
Yeah, in the movie.
Frozen Betty.
Yep. Sonya Blade, cave nug.
Sandra Hess of Pensacola Wings of Gold fame.
Yes.
That show about fighter pilots where they literally never do anything fighter piloty.
Yep. They had no budget to do anything of the sorts.
Yep, they just use stock footage of planes taking off occasionally.
Yeah.
We're like, so that was a great flight. We really almost got shot down. So your relationship with your mother. James
Wings of
Brolin's on
Gold.
that though. So
yes.
I enjoy James Brolin. So is that guy from The Shield, even though I don't watch that show, right? The blonde guy?
What?
The blonde guy from The Shield was on that show also.
Kenneth Johnson?
Yeah, actually, Kenny Johnson. Good call. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely guy.
Yeah.
Played Lem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the ballet dancer in Major League 3 also.
Yeah, he was also on Sons of Anarchy. Both shows, Shield and
I did
Sons of
not know
Anarchy, got blown up by a grenade. Go figure.
Well, you know.
Spoiler.
Sometimes you're unlucky.
Yeah, he's on a show SWAT,
Almost
I think
only
it's called.
With Shamar Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shamar Moore doesn't make any sense to me. He seems like he and Boris Kujdo. I think they're both famous for soap operas, but they're like slightly more celebrated in the black community, but they just still don't seem to get a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like people know who they are, but then they're like not in stuff. But now they gave Shamar Moore his own show. I think he was on a soap opera for a long time. I might just be shitting on. I might be shitting on by accident. 'Cause I'm trying to just shit on whoever Boris Kujdo is, because I know who he is, but he's not in a lot. Anyway, this is whatever. It also might be a reference to one of those reality shows my wife was watching. She watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta. They was like, "Oh, it's a big party. Boris Kujdo is going to be there." I was like, well, "Who gives a shit? He's not that famous."
I can't stand those shows.
It's like that joke in The Other Guys where he's like, "We're gonna have a great party at the club tonight. Columbus Short's going to be there." That's fucking hilarious.
Never saw that movie.
Just unnecessarily shitting on Columbus Short. You never saw it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it on the show. It's too funny for us. You know,
too funny.
Yeah, I don't know if I've told you this, a little more housekeeping, I guess. A friend of mine, friend of the show, Casey. How you doing, bud? One of our 7 listeners. I was talking to him in real life.
I think we're up to
said,
10. I think we got
we might be
10
up to
solid
10.
listeners.
We might be up to 10. He said, "Hey, we were talking about the films we're going to do for Black History Month, which I think we can announce that soon, right?"
Yep.
And he said, "Why don't you do Coming to America?" And another podcast we like, Saturday Movie Sleepovers, recently did Coming to America. But they're a little different. They kind of talk more about their lives around when they watch the movie, whereas we kind of get more into the movie itself. And my answer was, we can't do Coming to America because Coming to America it's like perfect. It's fucking hilarious. What are we gonna? We would just be sitting there for an hour and a half because I know how we are.
We can talk about that movie.
Saying
eventually.
lines back and forth to each other. Well, I'm refusing, Ron. I'm refusing.
You're refusing.
What am I going to add to Coming to America? It's hilarious.
Fuck you too.
Yes. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm not going to start, Ron. I'm not going to start. But that was just me explaining why we don't do certain things. So you to fuck off. You want to announce what we're doing for Black History Month?
First, let's finish this. We'll get to that. Let's finish what we're. We'll keep them listening to the end of this episode so they hear. Aha.
Yeah.
Little marketing trick.
Yeah, because that happens. So Dice Man pops up in Jury Duty.
Yeah, we're still talking about. We gotta finish. Wanted to mention one more thing.
I'm going wherever I want. Okay, fine. Go, Ron.
I just wanted
Squelch my
to
creative
say
freedoms.
we forgot one part of Encino Man that is one of my favorites, and I think it's a vital part for the Weasel is when he talks about the 4 major food groups.
I'm listening.
And it was brought to my attention by another podcast on Instagram, Wicked Hot Movie Mayhem. They're pretty good. But we completely forgot when that's the whole thing where he starts fighting with the Kashmir Rajneesh. And he's with the burrito,
yes.
and they're, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So we forgot to mention how great of a part that was, the 4 major food groups.
More stony.
Yeah. That was like pure Pauly Shore at his best.
What were the 4 major food groups?
The 4 food groups are, in order, we got the dairy group. And that's when he picks up the milk duds. Then he's got
solid joke.
Yep.
Milk
then
duds.
he's got the fruit group. He picks up the sweet tarts.
Sweet tarts are delicious.
Yep. Then he's cruising on down the aisle, and he gets to the vegetable group, and he gets the corn nuts.
How do you feel about corn nuts?
Not a fan.
I don't hate them, but they don't taste like food.
Yeah.
Like, they taste like something that doesn't occur naturally in nature.
Because they don't.
Yes. There's no... True, yeah.
And then, ding, you got the meat group, which is the burrito.
Gotcha. And then No Buts Chill, No Wheeze in the Juice.
Yep.
Kashmir Rajneesh.
All right,
So before
we can move on now.
So before I start yelling about stuff again, I will be positive.
All right.
There are things in Biodome. That genuinely work. Like I still, for some reason, occasionally do the slap yourself on the neck and then grab your own neck to drop an elbow drop on someone thing.
You do.
Yes, I do that. I regularly go, I think I wet my huggies. I do that to make fun of people. And like I said, the third act of this movie is awesome. But before that, let me go back to being weirded out by something. Pauly Shore essentially craps on his own career in Biodome because they have that flashback where he's playing the weasel.
Is he?
And he's like, come on, keep on cruising. Good job, buddy. He's like becoming, he like does it's like weirdly it's meta. It's like weirdly self-referential. They talk about doing the fart smell thing and Stephen Baldwin's inexplicably dressed like a punk rock person.
Yeah.
It's a very strange movie. But the third act is awesome. Once they decide they're going to fix the Biodome, and basically the moment, like the Taylor Negron joke / when they start playing safety dance, the third act, that whole montage and everything afterwards is a solid little comedy movie, you know?
Yeah.
Where Doyle keeps kissing the girl who I can't find on the internet anywhere. She apparently doesn't exist.
Mimi,
her name's Mimi in the movie. Yeah, whatever her name is in real life. She like doesn't have a Wikipedia, which is insane.
Which one are you talking about? His real girlfriend?
No. The Biodome girlfriend, and not Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, no. Obviously, she's famous, more famous than any of them.
Yeah, not Cammy. Yeah, true. Kylie Minogue's the most famous person in this movie.
Yeah, Mimi Simpkins. That's her character's
yes,
name. Dara Tomanovich.
Yeah, she didn't do a lot after this.
She did not. She doesn't even have a picture on IMDb, which is sad because she's a pretty girl.
She's not.
She was on Highlander.
Yeah, I think I was on Highlander at some point.
Don't make fun of Highlander.
I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm just saying
don't knock Highlander. You know the rules.
I'm just saying that not high production budget. That's all I'm saying. I like Adrian Paul. Adrian Paul's the best Highlander.
You know what? Syndication. That shit made a lot of money.
Okay, Adrian Paul is clearly the best Highlander. I'm just saying he's the best McLeod. I just didn't have a huge budget. I'm
honestly waiting for he gives a sword fighting class. I'm waiting for it to come to New York.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. If it comes to New York, I'm going to it.
Well, if it's not expensive, I'll go with you. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, like it's like a real professional like sword fighting course for all levels and stuff that he teaches.
Taught by Adrian Paul.
Yeah.
Taught by does he teach it as Adrian Paul or does he teach it as Duncan MacLeod?
As Adrian Paul, but come on, we all know.
We all know he's really Duncan MacLeod. Man, that doesn't upset me that exists. That makes me happy.
Biodome was actually her first role.
It seemed like it was one of her last too. She didn't do a lot, right?
2000. She has a bunch of credits.
She's a model, right?
She was in The Practice, Just Shoot Me, Diagnostic Murder.
Diagnosis Murder?
Diagnosis Murder. I also am illiterate.
Diagnostic Murder.
He actually just sticks a computer in they murder cars.
Diagnostic Motor. I'd watch that. The episodes are all 30 seconds long. This week on Diagnostic Motor. I think it's the carburetor. Yep, probably. Okay.
And my bro is like, no.
See you next week.
It's the carburetor.
My bro. That's a movie we should talk about someday.
Orange County?
That is Orange County is an underappreciated film.
Great film.
Can I borrow some of your piss?
And she was like, I'm going to burn this place down.
I'm going to burn this mother down.
I was like, no, you're not.
You better not. We'll get to that. We're going to do that. I'm saying right now we're going to do that.
And you'll probably shit on that movie too.
I will not. I love that movie. That movie is vastly underrated. So yeah, the third act, it's cool. Like they put everything back together. They have the little making a filter joke is funny. All the stuff with the coconuts.
Yeah.
Adieu.
Well, my favorite line in that is probably when he's like, free mahi mahi, Free mahi mahi.
Yeah, you love that joke.
Love it.
I don't fully get it. He's just yelling at his thing on the wall. But it has stuck.
Because he's lying to get out of going to Earth Day.
I get true. Are Romulus and the older black lady, are they supposed to be making sex?
I think he has put his antennae in her plant.
Her antennae?
I think he became her aphid.
Yes, because I couldn't help but notice her. I never noticed till I watched this time that scene where they're in the hot tub, where they're in the water purifier, the water reclamator, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like giddily holding hands for a loving interlude.
Yeah.
And she actually fucking saves everybody's life at the end, by the way. That lady saves everyone. She's the real hero.
She's pretty awesome. She's a good actress too.
Yeah, she's solid. She's got her shit together more than any. Because really, if we're being honest, the two younger ladies, they basically give into Stockholm syndrome almost immediately. And they're like, remember that time you tried to climb into bed with us? All is forgiven. Let's fug.
Listen.
Romulus
they wanted
joins
it
the
from
party.
the beginning because Kylie Minogue is
Romulus
flirting
gets all,
with him with the carrot and stuff like that. They wanted them from the
Yeah, what's that about? Yeah, what's that about? That is awkwardly sexual.
Yeah.
Well, that lady, she has her shit together, and obviously, William Atherton loses his shit.
Yeah.
So she's and the
Denise
old
Dow's. I think that's who plays the botanist.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
And the old guy from the Burbs, he's all weird. He's thinking he's having all sorts of sexual thoughts. He's making t-shirts. Yeah, exactly. Sardine. I won't even say it, Ronnie. You can say it.
He wasn't the sardine guy though.
He's a father of the sardine guy.
Sardines.
He's father of sardines.
Yeah. My brother.
You know who
the
else in the
doctor.
Burbs? You know who else in the Burbs?
The guy from Jury Duty, who
Yeah, exactly.
Stanley Tucci kills to become him.
Yeah, the guy from Blank Check, the chicken wings in your pocket guy.
Yep. I have
Chicken
a
wings in
feeling
your
he's
pocket
friends
guy.
with Pauly Shore.
It's got to be something like that. Or you know what it is? I think he was a comedian, right? Is he a stage comedian? Yeah, they probably saw each other at the Comedy Store, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, I'll put you in a movie," and he was like, "Yeah, chicken wings,"
Watching on some grindage.
So yeah, now we're on to Jury Duty, I guess. We'll jump
We'll
back to
jump
Biodome,
back and
but
forth. We'll jump back because there is a midget in Biodome,
there is a randomly
which I remember when we saw that
a little
in the movie
person pops
theater,
up.
You told me about there's a midget, and I said no, there's not, and I had to wait for it to come on the illegal pay-per-view channel that I legally obtained.
Yes, totally.
To watch, and yeah, during safety dance there is a midget.
That's because Ron did not steal cable, and there was in fact a little person in this flick.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there's a little person in the actual safety dance video, right?
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Yep.
Yeah. Even that, I didn't get that joke till I was a full grown. I didn't get that joke or the purple sticky punch joke till I was an adult.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think anyone has ever called weed purple. I think they're trying to make their own thing. I know that I looked it up. There's a strain of weed now called purple sticky punch.
Well,
but I don't think it was ever existed before this.
That was when designer weed was coming out. Like
okay.
when everyone was like making their own. So yeah, like High Times magazine, and everyone's fucking trying to mesh their own pot, their own marijuana.
Marijucus, if you will. I got more Biodome though. That chase at the end's hilarious.
Yeah.
When he's like, "I'm gonna get you," and he's running, and he's on the little moped.
Yeah.
I like moped chases because I like the noise mopeds make.
That is your sound
like
for just about anything electronically motored.
That's how all electronically motored things sound. That's why.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron. Turn your toaster on. See if it doesn't on some level it goes.
You might be like a secret recorder and just pick up that level of sound.
I'm probably part either alien or Doberman.
I thought you were going to say part Cherokee. I was going to say, I don't know how that fits in.
That's something you would say, sir.
Maybe.
That was a big Ron claim in the mid
Claim.
'90s.
My family is part Native American from the
here
Sea
we
Tribe
go.
in the Bronx. It's
Ah,
not, it's
here
not
we
a
go.
claim. It's
Here
true.
we go. Here we go again. Here we go
It's
again.
not a claim. It's true.
Here we go again.
Here we go
Ronnie's
again. Okay,
Italian.
yeah.
Ronnie's Native
Craig's
American.
Puerto Rican.
Ronnie-
Craig's a
I-
Puerto Rican Jew. Craig's a Jew
Allegedly.
Rican.
All right. There
Jew.
are rumors that I'm Puerto Rican.
Puerto
all right?
Rican Jew. Juan
It's yet to
Epstein.
be proven. Okay. That's accurate. So anyway, nope, dropped my book. Caught it. So
Did you steal that book?
fuck off. Yes, I have. Let's see. I do have a note that says Olivia. Olivia's the lady. Olivia plus Romulus equals fuck. When he calls him a simian, he calls him a dick. That's a good line.
Yes.
I
like
also
when they start singing the Iron Man, the Spider-Man song with Iron Man.
Yeah, the way he corrects them is fucking actually hilarious. William Atherton's wonderful in this movie.
Yeah.
When he's, I am God. No, I am God.
Poor
And
bird.
he's, you know, I'll say this too. Everyone's having fun. I do like watching movies where everyone's clearly enjoying themselves. But
Yeah.
I will stand by my theory that the third act solid and Taylor Negron is the funniest part of this whole movie.
Well, wasn't there's a
And this is
trivia that Stephen Baldwin, his brother Alec, told him that this would be the worst career movie ever made, doing this movie.
really,
Yeah.
it wasn't far off. I think he also did a lot of drugs because he's a born again Christian now, so I think he came back around.
Yeah, there was
But,
a
yeah,
lot
whatever.
of people
Let's not-
in this movie. We got a bunch of notables. You got Roger Clinton.
Bill Clinton's brother,
Yeah. He's in this. Rose McGowan.
again, the 90,
Yep.
the Pauly Shore 90s checklist.
And Tenacious
Rose McGowan
D.
pops up. Tenacious D. Joey Lauren Adams is in it.
Yeah. Who, for a
Sweetheart
long
of the
time,
90s.
when I was younger, I used to think she was E.G. Daly.
Oh no, totally different people. E.G. Daly, who's timeless, by the way. She's looked exactly the same since
Oh,
1981.
no, I know. But for some
yeah.
reason, like, two of them, I feel like she's the younger version of E.G. Daly.
I can see that. Similar voices.
Yeah, she's Dottie.
She is nice looking in this movie, though. I will say that.
Who, Joey Lauren Adams?
Yes.
Well, she's not wearing
Yes.
a bra in any scene.
Well, we have our things, okay? People like, okay? Some people notice things, all right, Ron? Thanks for making me seem like a terrible person. I appreciate that. I hurt my back rollerblading.
You know what I never realized?
Taylor
though?
Negron's hilarious. I hurt my back rollerblading. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, sorry. I injured my bladder rollerblading.
Yeah.
Amazing. What were you gonna say?
I didn't realize Patty Hearst was in this. Forgot.
Yes, terrorist Patty Hearst.
Yeah. She was kidnapped and seduced into the dark side.
Yeah, that's but we all forget Patty Hearst, terrorist. That's
Yep.
weird. You gotta give the old days credit. You make an insensitive joke 20 years ago in this day and age. You apologize for it 96 times, and they're like, "Whoop, nope, fuck you."
Yeah.
But Patty Hearst, actual terrorist. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll allow it."
Yep. Nowadays, it's
you
like,
know.
who knows? I don't know how she's still. I don't know how some people haven't just created angry mobs to go after celebrities.
Some of it doesn't make sense. I don't know why. I mean, like Roman Polanski was still out there, not in prison.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. That guy's an actual rapist. But whatever.
Yeah.
Let's
If you're
just-
going after people, start going after them.
Yeah, or the scumbag from Jeepers Creepers, again, actual rapist.
Yep,
But whatever.
Yep.
Let's just, we'll keep pretending. Anyway, we don't talk about serious things. The boners, dicks, peepees, wee-wees, baby fresh nugs and cones. Andrew Dice Clay, Jury Duty. He does his weird personality joke that I've never understood in my entire life.
He got more personality than my left nut, but he says it
Yeah.
in Italian.
Diming gonna get the personal. Like he just likes saying that.
Yeah.
Isn't he not Italian anyway?
What is he, Jewish?
I think he's like a Russian Jew. Yeah.
Might be. I mean, it's not that his whole shtick isn't that he's Italian. It's he's like a New Yorker.
Yeah, but it's an abrasive Italian New Yorker.
Not really.
I think you're.
I know
Think you're
plenty
o-
of people from like Brooklyn and like Howard Beach that you look at them and you think they're Italians, but they're full-fledged Jewish
Yeah,
men,
true.
and You make fun of them, they'll beat the shit out of you. Maybe not you, but normal people.
I don't know where we're going with this, but it's getting to be almost racist, much like every Pauly Shore movie. I don't remember what the almost racist moment in Biodome was, but I'm sure there was one. But there's definitely the part in Jury Duty where he goes, "I'm not the Chinese thing." Doesn't age well.
What would you like? Did you reach a verdict? Chinese.
Yeah, that's not. It's not even like a word. It's not even like a real joke. It's just a racist impression.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like
harsh.
Mickey Rooney.
Yeah, exactly. This movie's short as fuck, by the way. It's like 85 minutes or something.
What, Jury Duty?
Yeah, Jury Duty's real short.
Yeah.
And it starts off with 80s action movie sexy sax.
What?
It starts off with 80s action movie sexy saxophone music. It's like
Yeah.
like it's Lethal Weapon.
Yep.
I expected Riggs and Murtaugh to come bursting through. Instead, I get Carl Wayne Bishop.
So
Take me,
one
Carl
point
Wayne
in the
Bishop.
movie, he starts referring to Carl Wayne Bishop, and he starts to use his initials, and he says CPW instead.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Huh. Like in Iron Eagle, when he says, "Don't come on me, Dad." So what are your thoughts other than the fact that Rosemary Clooney is in fucking, or is that Rosemary Clooney, or is that
Who?
Shelley Winters? Shelley Winters? I always get them confused.
Who?
Plays his mom.
Oh, Shelley Winters.
Shelley Winters. I always
Rosemary
get them confused.
Clooney. I'm
But
like,
other than that,
is she singing?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. What are your thoughts on Jury Duty? Because I have mixed feelings. It's not very good.
It's not a good movie, but like I said, like I enjoy movies that people don't like. Like I think the dog is hysterical.
The dog's
name
Peanut's
is
great.
Gizmo, by the way, in real life.
Peanut.
No, the dog in real life, his name is Gizmo.
Yeah, I'm saying Peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Continue your statement.
It's not an Oscar winner, but it's got its funny points. It's so weird. Like his character at the beginning, like you feel bad for him, and then you realize he's a dirtbag, and then you kind of like him again, and then you kind of feel bad for him, and then he's a dirtbag. It's too much up and down. There's no arc. There's no.
That's the problem. Yeah, Pauly Shore in his other movies is basically okay. So in Encino Man and Son-in-Law, he's always Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have an arc, which is fine. He's just kind of, all he really learns is like, Encino Man is nothing, but in Son-in-Law, all he does is he learns about Becca, but he kind of affects change in everybody else, right?
Well,
in the Army,
is it because he's the supporting character in both of those movies? You think?
I guess.
Maybe he's like, well, in the Army now he had an arc.
Yeah, exactly. In the Army now, he's not a dick, but he's selfish. And then he learns to, be a soldier, and he's like really learn. In the Army now is the best damn movie out of all. I will say that again.
Yeah.
Biodome, at least he's like goes from being a piece of shit to like not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Jury Duty, he's just like
he's all over the place.
Yeah, he's all over the place. He's just going back and forth. He's running scams. He's running risky gambits. The dog's adorable. And again, the very end of the movie is the only really good part, because that's when you get like actual like charming Pauly Shore doing Pauly Shore stuff with a dog.
Yeah.
And why does Tia Carrere fall in love with him? That doesn't make sense. They barely interact. They barely interact.
Exactly. They didn't have that much of an interaction. Like there was no banter in the beginning. It's like maybe there were scenes cut where they had conversations where he kept like pursuing her, but he didn't. Like he tried talking to her like twice throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, it would have been, but he should have had a relationship with her from the beginning. Like they met, she always felt bad for him, so she kind of like took him under her wing, But it's not. It's just they're stuck there for however long, a month, and then they all hate him, and they still all hate him, and they hate him slightly less, and then they don't hate him again. Well,
even like the plots of the movie, like the plot goes from, I have in my notes, Jury Duty is a simple movie. It's a tale as old as time. It's about a man and his dog looking for a home.
Tale as old as time, words as old as rhyme.
And then it goes.
Beauty and the Beast.
You just saw that.
I did. I saw a production that my friend Frank put on in White Plains, New York. It was amazing. That guy's talented. That's all. That's no joke. That's literally what happened. My friend's very talented. He's a wonderful stage director. Continue.
So like it goes from that story to all of a sudden he's trying to, extend his jury duty stay, but then he solves a crime. Like at what point? Because he tries to at one point convince them that he's not guilty. And it's almost like night and day. And then like he was like, all right, we're going to go not guilty. And the next day he was like, did he not realize the next day he would have lost his home?
Well, I think he just decides that they've all had enough. And I think he does. I think that it's supposed to be, again, because it's not a well-made movie.
Is that his
he's supposed
redeeming point where he tries to redeem himself?
Yeah, he's supposed to have that moment where he realizes, like, I'm not going to be a piece of shit anymore. I'm going to help everybody. This guy's innocent. I can help him, and I'm going to move forward and be better at life. And then it's all downhill because he fucks up and gets caught because his Peanut ends up inside of a dinner tray, and she chases the puppy yelling puppy down the hallway over and over again.
Yeah. Which I don't know how they go. She goes up the stairs to follow the dog, and they're in the old wing, and somehow they wind up in the presidential penthouse by just going up the stairs.
Yeah, the layout of that hotel makes no sense.
Yeah.
Also, furthermore, why did he not just get everybody nicer rooms? Wouldn't that have made more sense?
Yeah.
Then they all would have been nice to him.
Yep. But then they would have realized what was going on, and they don't want to be there. They don't need nicer rooms. They want to go home.
The one guy, the guy from Super Mario Brothers, the Koopa cousin, he just wants to go make sex on his lady.
Yeah, yeah. He deserves that. He earned it.
Was she corpulent? She corpulent? Very corpulent.
He could go drive Cameron's car from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Good call. So, yeah, jury duty kind of sucks.
Did you notice what song he comes out to when he's stripping?
I did not.
Pop Goes the Weasel.
It's like you said, Weasel Productions. That is his stripper fail makes no sense. He's doing well for himself. It's pretty funny, but it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Why he decides to start dumping milk upon himself like a weirdo.
Yeah. Well, he is a weirdo. Maybe he doesn't get that if he didn't do the milk, maybe he could have, got a gig. But how of all of a sudden he didn't change his physique? How did now him being a judge make him such a good stripper?
Well, I'll say this. This is a post in the Army now more in shape Pauly Shore. So I mean there's a market for a thinner, more lithe male stripper out there. And I think he wasn't doing that terrible in the beginning when he first started milkmanning and he was hip thrusting, the ladies were into it.
Yeah.
It's when he started dumping the milk on himself that he lost his audience. So I think now that he becomes a more mature male stripper as the judge, and he's just doing his little dance and grinding his little weasel hips, I think the ladies are into it. And then maybe they're a thing for powdered wigs. You
do love yourself a good powdered wig.
I would, if I could own a powdered wig and wear it in public, I would.
That was going to be how you were going to get married. Remember?
And it was never going to actually happen. But yes, you and I discussed an attempt to make that be how we walked it down the thing when I got married. Yes.
Yeah.
It was quickly squelched because we're idiots, but whatever.
Yeah.
Man, powdered wigs would have been awesome.
I think you should renew your vows and not tell her.
Wait, not tell her we're doing our vows?
No. Tell her that part, but not tell her about the powdered wigs part, and we come strolling down the powdered wigs. Or she comes down the aisle, and we got powdered wigs on.
Hopefully she doesn't listen to this because 10-year anniversary, that shit's happening.
She'll forget about it.
Yeah, she has a terrible memory.
She's got baby brain.
Very true. Yeah, all my notes about jury duty are like not well made notes, and they're notes about Peanut. Peanut's funny.
Peanut's great.
Yeah, and I take McCarl Wayne Bishop's the only part I think I laugh at when I watch it again.
Deep fry the cheese, deep fry the yes.
Yeah, that's yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Deep fry. Yeah, that's funny. That's about the only funny.
Carl Wayne
Bishop
Bishop. I say
Carl
they
Wayne
give him the
Bishop's-
gas. On
Yeah, that's
second off, I say we deep fry his ass.
that is okay. That line's funny, and they're all singing along. That's a good joke. That's not even Pauly Shore's joke.
No.
That's like a throwaway joke. And then you got Nick Bakay out there being the reporter. I know and then Dick Vitale's head explodes. Like you said, this one reads the most like a Naked Gun movie.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't make any sense. Nothing. I have very little positive to say. I mean, the jurors are made up of a veritable who's who of character actors from the 90s.
Oh, you got Brian Doyle Murray.
Exactly. Richard T. Jones is in there.
Yeah.
Tia Carrere
Charles
is there.
Napier.
That guy. That older woman whose name I can't remember who passed away in their last movie because I did research for the show, but now I can't remember her name. It was Denise something, I think.
Billy Bird.
What you said, yes, her.
The one from Police Academy.
Yes, the guy who plays the Hispanic man, who I think in real life is actually an Indian man.
Yes, I was very confused
Him?
about that, by the way.
He's very funny.
It's Jorge Luis
guy-
Abreu.
Sure, the guy
he was
from
Spanish.
the guy from Super Mario Brothers.
Yep. Who
I am
was it Richard Edson?
sure. And why'd they ADR him yelling, "I am no one's doormat"? Why the hell is that a thing? Why did that not match his lips?
I am no one's doormat. Turn tape over now.
Like, yeah, and that would have been way funnier watching it today had it not clearly not matched his lips.
I wonder what he said.
I don't know. Again, I don't know why they didn't just go back and reshoot it. This movie clearly cost $17 to make. Every scene is indoors. They are rarely outside. Abe Vigoda, like you said. Damn, man, this movie's not good. I'm sorry, Pauly. But the parts with Paul, again, when he just does, and I'm not saying he should have always been the weasel, but when he
a bad movie because of him, or was he your favorite part of the movie?
He's still Peanut's my favorite part of the movie. You can't. That's not a fair question to ask with any movie that has a precocious dog in it, because I'm always going to say the dog.
Well, the dog is the hero of the movie. So,
go ahead, Ron. What's my favorite part of Independence Day?
When the dog jumps.
Yeah, when the dog's. Yeah, because dog's best part of the damn movie. Boomer! Dog's best part of the movie. Yeah.
Yep. Well, we saw in the movie there. Everyone clapped. Remember?
Yeah. Only time I've ever clapped in a movie was when that dog survived. Yep. And I understand the flames would have sucked all the oxygen out and they all would have died. It's a movie. Shut your face. So
it's also a movie about aliens.
Yeah, exactly. So
laws of physics cease to apply.
Exactly. So yeah, it's just not. It's not, like I said, it's not my Pauly Shore. Like there's this to me, even though,
he's
even
not
though
the weasel. You wanted the weasel. You didn't get the weasel.
I don't even need full weasel. Like I said, my favorite Pauly Shore is in the Army Now Pauly Shore, who just kind of reads like slightly weaseled, regular, real life Pauly Shore. Like I feel like if I had to hang out with Pauly Shore for a day, I feel like I'd enjoy my time with him.
Yeah,
he seems like a fun guy. Not just weasel Pauly Shore. This is like just not Pauly Shore. It's like he's all like, oh, like I like a slightly overconfident but man baby-esque Pauly Shore. This is two man babied. Two man babied. Didn't get it. Didn't nope, not my Pauly Shore. Hashtag not mine. Nope. But yeah, it's just the Stanley Tucci's there. I love Stanley Tucci. He's great.
You gotta love Stanley Tucci.
The fact that the police did a terrible job figuring this crime out makes no sense.
And also the timeline of a trial.
Yeah, how long were they there?
The actual trial process himself. Pauly Shore would have been in contempt and thrown in jail many times.
Oh, yeah, true. As we learned in My Cousin Vinny, the most accurate courtroom drama ever.
But all of a sudden he was arrested and the trial started right away, like full-blown trial. And then everyone's talking about being on death row. He hasn't even been convicted yet.
That's actually very true. Very true.
He's reading Last Meal. Like, that would have taken at least a few years to even come through.
Oh, yeah. You sit on death row forever.
Appeal after appeal after appeal. Like, yeah, it takes a while.
It takes a long time to kill somebody.
But then again, we also have an Asian reporter going, speaking in sounding like Japanese, and then all you hear is tuna salad.
Yeah, it's
So you
this
can't
movie's
really
not good.
make fun of the how the law process goes in this movie.
It's just that sucks. I'm unhappy that I don't like this movie.
Eh.
I want to be able to blindly support Pauly Shore, but I can't on this one.
I'm supporting him. I got you back, Pauly.
I look, you want to bring him back? I'm in. You want to bring Pauly Shore back for In the Army Now 2, or Son-in-Law 2, Still Sunnin', or Encino Man, What Happened to Brendan Fraser's Hairline, or
just What Happened to Brendan Fraser.
He's back now. He's on Doom Patrol, okay? And apparently he's very good in it.
I never said he was a bad actor. I just said what happened to him.
He's kind of wacky. He's got it's the hair plugs. Sean Astin still looks the same but fat now, so he could come back.
He's great. Don't knock him.
He's a talented man.
Yeah.
Only part I'll say it, only part of season 2 of Stranger Things I liked him.
Really?
I did not like season 2.
Huh.
I love season 1. Season 2 was just like, eh. I liked Steve. I like Steve and I like Bob. That was it.
Yeah, Bob was great.
Everyone else was annoying me. Why is there a whole episode with her sister? What's even happening? Why she give eye makeup? What's even going on?
So I'm guessing in the third one, Wango Tango guy is going to bang the mother.
Wango Tango guy.
The brother, the girl's brother.
Oh,
I just know because he's listening to friggin' Wango Tango while driving.
Yes. Dacre Montgomery.
Yes.
Don't know why I know that.
Don't know either.
He was in Power Rangers. Underrated. Not great, but worth watching once. It's entertaining. Yeah. When the mom gets all sexy with him. Yeah, I didn't get that either. His whole character didn't make sense. The fuck's he even doing there? Just running around yelling at everybody, fucking swinging baseball bats at people and shit. It's fucking psycho. He had no bearing on the plot, really.
No.
He was just a dick. Yeah, season 2 was not. I don't. Everybody are, and then I work with a lot of kids, and they're always like, "Oh, it's Stranger Things, Coach. You don't like Stranger Things?" No, I like Stranger Things. I just saw the fucking. I lived through the 80s, so you're not
kids,
surprising
how
me.
can they enjoy it? They don't get the jokes. We get the jokes.
Yes, what's weird is it's like the first season was like, hey guys, remember the 80s? Let's make a show like those movies.
Like, they don't get dressing up like Ghostbusters because they've never dressed up like Ghostbusters. We have.
No, I don't think they dress up half the time now.
Yeah.
Halloween's barely a thing. But fucking
I had my own
the
fucking
season 2.
proton pack, a trap. I had everything.
Exactly. I was always a ninja. I was poorer than I thought I was.
I was a ninja at least 4 times that I remember.
Yeah.
I was a mobster twice. I was a Ghostbuster twice.
I was
Jason once.
I was a ninja a bunch of times. I was a Spider-Man once. I don't know. I was I think I was Captain America once, maybe. I was
Captain Puerto Rico.
That's racist. I was
No. Did you ever see the picture where it looks like Captain America? Instead of having an American flag, it's actually almost the exact Puerto Rican flag because the way the angle of the red comes down in the 1 star.
Huh? Yeah, I'll be damned. You're actually right.
Yeah, I'm not making it like it actually looks like he's Captain Puerto Rico because of it.
Huh? Touche, Ron.
Yeah. Touchy. The fuck?
Yeah.
What'd you say to me?
Was that like fuck you or something? Oh man. Oh man, your mom's not good at words. Yes, folks. Me saying touche and someone responding with "What's that mean? Fuck you" and someone hitting me was a conversation had between 13-year-old me and Ronnie's mom. Not a guy at a truck stop. Ronnie's mom.
Well, she didn't really hit you. She like bumped you in the back of the head.
Well, yeah, she didn't punch me. She she open palm slapped me in the forehead.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm just thinking about your mom doing weird shit.
Yeah, we've also gone way off the rails with this one. We're talking about
Yeah.
Stranger Things and
It's
Halloween.
just it's what we did the back end of the catalog. What else you gotta say? I don't know. What else is there to say about Pauly Shore? We could name some folks who I appreciate. I could tell you I found a couple of amazing Richard Tysons.
I got some too. You want to start? You could start this time.
I'll start. You want my ace in the hole?
Sure. It's probably the same as mine.
My ace in the hole.
What
is
movie are
from-
you doing? What movie? Which one?
I'm gonna say Jury Duty.
Okay.
George Christie.
Huh?
Exactly. He plays the doctor on the stand for the penis joke, which actually is funny. The penis. That's actually funny.
Ah, yes.
Do you know who else he is?
Um.
He is the psychiatrist terrorist specialist in Die Hard, Ron,
Oh,
author
yeah.
of Terrorist Hostage, Terrorist, A Study in Duality, because all movies after Die Hard are Die Hard.
Well, you got me beat.
You know what Biodome is? You know what Biodome is? Die
Well-
Hard in a Biodome. Continue.
So mine was just gonna be Brian Doyle Murray, but yeah, you win that one.
No, owner of Noah's Arcade.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a better movie. Anyway, I'm not going to start talking about Wayne's World. The movie's actually funny. Who's your Pamela Reed for any of them?
This one is Billy Bird.
I'm going to agree. I love that old broad.
She's great. She's wonderful.
She's just
She's
talented old lady.
hysterical.
I got nothing mean to say about her. I like a good foul-mouthed old lady.
Love it.
I feel like Betty White, for all that everyone loves her, she's great. Why is she not playing more foul-mouthed old ladies and stuff?
That's a
I feel
good
like
question.
I feel like she should be in every third movie telling someone to fuck off or suck her dick or something.
Yeah,
You know?
true.
So, and then for Biodome, who do you got?
I got Taylor Negron.
Damn right.
That's who I thought
Easily
you were
one of
going
the
to lead
funniest
off
people
with.
in
That's why I
anything.
asked what movie.
Oh, I love him so much. He's so good in Biodome.
I love him
I
in
can't-
Nothing But Trouble.
Have you never seen that movie?
Oh, it's hysterical.
I've only seen the end when Tupac and the Digital Underground rap for no reason.
When you got Humpty doing the Humpty.
Yeah, but Tupac pops up.
Yeah.
Tupac was in Tupac Shakur is in a Chevy Chase movie.
Yep.
I want everybody to understand that.
And Dan Aykroyd.
True. Yeah, telling that I always think of him as the bad guy from Last Boy Scout.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, he's a great actor, man. He sadly passed away, but he's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious in this movie. I will say again, I can't get up. I injured my bladder rollerblading. Good, Bob. Good to see you, Doug. Great to see. Thank you again, Doug. Thank you, Bob.
See, my honorable
fucking
mention
hilarious.
for this one would have been Walter Peck, the man with no dick.
Oh, William Atherton.
Yeah, he's great in this movie.
Yeah. He's funny in everything. He's funny in Die Hard. He's funny he's great at what he does. He plays that like pompous. He just plays a good pompous dick.
Man with no dick.
Yeah, for a man who has no dick.
Yeah.
Who's your Pammy Reed?
Denise Dowse.
You know what? I'm gonna agree. She's great. She's a tough broad in this movie, and I mean that as
Every
nothing but a
movie that
compliment.
show she's in, she always plays that, that stern woman that she's like a powerful force.
Yeah, I like that. And I'll tell you, I'm bringing it back, Ron. I've been using it a lot. I'm saying tough broad, compliment.
I think so.
Like it got a bad rap calling someone a broad,
She's not
but me
gonna,
like
she's not gonna take no shit from anybody.
yeah, she'll fucking
She's
slap
gonna
the
stand up
shit.
for
out-
herself. She's gonna stand up for the
Exactly.
person next to her.
Exactly, just slap you in the fucking mouth if you have a
Yeah.
problem with her. She's not here to deal with your shit. Damn right. Good job, Denise. Good job, Olivia. I don't know why you were making sex with Romulus. He's entirely too
I guess
unmasculine
because
for
he
you, but
was
whatever.
there.
Desperate times. You're in the biodome. You're stuck.
You're
Anyway.
there for 348 days.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
384 days.
385 days. Yeah, Biodome has moments. Jury Duty, I can't quote. Not much.
So I wanted to make a shout out and a congratulations to two friends of ours who just gave birth the other day.
Oh, two of our
Je-
only listeners.
Yeah, Jessica and Tyler. Congrats, little baby.
Welcome,
And,
welcome to the world, tiny baby.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is the first thing you listen to.
Hopefully.
Learn
You do
now.
everything.
Life sucks. Get a helmet. Fuck balls. Shit.
And Jessica
The
actually
first
did
thing
our,
my
our artwork for the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jess. Yeah. So, you know what the first movie my son ever watched was when he was literally hours old? Goon 2.
Good movie.
Good movie. Sean William Scott cursing a lot. Great movie.
Yeah.
We should do Goon one day. That's something we should do. But
We should.
speaking of things we're gonna do, what is our Black History Month lineup looking like, Ron?
So we're I don't know how we're gonna do which one you want to do first. But we're gonna
I don't know. Yeah.
The Last Motherfucking Dragon.
Yes. Full title: The Last Motherfucking Dragon.
Yeah.
Timeock, The Last Dragon.
Who is the master?
Show Nuff, The Last Dragon.
Yes. It's
Eddie
because
Arcadian,
It got
The Last
glow.
Dragon. Exactly. Can you show me some moves? Anyway, I fucking love that movie. What else are we doing, Ron?
And we're gonna hit up. He started in our first episode. We got Louis Gossett Jr. in Diggstown.
Indeed. Diggstown. Louis Gossett Jr., James Woods before he became kind of a crazy person, a young Heather Graham, boxing,
And fucking Oliver Platt.
and Bruce Dern, and that kid from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And Oliver Platt.
You deserve to lose. Great movie.
And Oliver
I'm excited.
Platt. As you can tell,
Oliver
I love
Platt.
Oliver Platt.
Jimmy the King. I will rule you. That movie fucking sucks. So, Ready to Rumble, not Diggstown. Diggstown's wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that about does it for New Year's Resolution Month. I don't really have much else to say about any of this.
No, but we thank you, Pauly Shore.
Well, yeah, seriously. Again, I can't say we did 4 movies altogether. We've done 5. We've now done 5 Pauly Shore movies on the show.
Yeah.
And only 1 out of 5 wasn't enjoyable. And it wasn't offensively bad. It just wasn't that good. So
I won't say it's not
You know.
enjoyable, but I enjoyed them all.
It was just, like I said, In the Army Now is the peak of Pauly Shore. My opinion is if you only watch one Pauly Shore movie ever, make it In the Army Now. That's what I'm gonna stick to.
Okay, I'm gonna say watch Encino Man, and then because you need to get the full weasel to appreciate In the Army Now.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do full Weasel, I would go Son-in-Law.
True.
And the debate rages on. So you want to again. As we always say, you want to write us a letter. Maybe you tell us what your favorite Pauly Shore movie is, and don't say Curse of Inferno or Pauly Shore is Dead or any of that weird shit that came out after he was famous direct to video. None of that. Or that one where he tries to adopt a small African child, which is basically a weird giant racist joke. I know. Talking early 90s Pauly Shore. That's what we're asking for, folks. So send us a letter. Listen to us on iTunes and Stitcher and Twister and whatever, wherever podcasts are sold. And we're not on Earwolf because they would pay money and all those other places where people listen to podcasts. Just find us, listen to us, give us a 5-star rating. Even if you hate the show, support it because it's a cool medium. And fucking keep on listening. Whoever's out there listening, we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep shouting into the void.
And we're
like
gonna keep wheezing the fucking juice.
Exactly, like 2 old men who have forgotten their names. Ron and I are gonna keep yelling at the wind.
Sure.
And hopefully it carries
because we don't pee in the wind.
Although my window was open in my bathroom last week, and it's really
Your window
windy.
is way too close to your toilet.
Way too close. Wind picked up. I peed. The wind from outside blew my piss back on me.
First of all, if anyone walked, it's not like Craig lives on the second floor. Craig's bathroom is on the first floor. If you walk past this window and it's open, you're seeing right in there. Not a good
you can
thing
see
to
all
do.
of the goods. I don't shower in my own bathroom when I have guests coming over because they decide to come in through the back, and they're going to see my meat and veg.
Well, the shower. I mean, if you're in the shower, no one's seeing it.
It's a weird angle. If I get out and dry off, if I decide to do a mid-shower poop, who knows what I'm doing?
Why don't you open the window but keep the shade down?
Because then the air's not going to flow properly.
The air will
I'm not trying
flow.
to get mold. I'm not trying to get mold. You want to live in a mold dungeon, Ron? Like a damn Morlock? I don't.
All right, you moop.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, folks. Have a great week.
Untitled movie podcast. Untitled.